Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and today I am going to be doing a recommendations video for bodyguard romances. I love a good bodyguard romance. It is something that I am definitely drawn to in books. I really enjoy the dynamic of one character protecting another. It usually adds a forbidden element because you're not supposed to fall in love with the person who's protecting you, or your protector isn't supposed to fall in love with you, which I love. Just that like slight little bit of forbiddenness that it adds to it. I'm very excited to recommend some great ones to you. So the first one that I have to recommend is The Plan by Carla Sorensen. It follows the heroine whose name I of course can't remember, and she is basically like an influencer. That's her job, and she has hundreds of thousands if not millions of followers who watch her on social media and on the internet, and she shows up at launch events and she recommends products and she has like paparazzi follow her and photograph her. She's basically like pseudo famous, and she loves doing it but doesn't love a lot of the attention that comes with it. She recently had a bad experience with paparazzi in the beginning of the book, which led her to get into a car accident, and because of that she has basically become sort of like agoraphobic. She's afraid to leave her house, to drive a car, to be in a situation where a lot of people are looking at her. And so she is in her early mid-20s, and she ends up moving back in with her parents, and living with them. She doesn't want to leave, and her parents, who are the owner of the Washington Wolves football team and a former football player, they are worried about her, and her dad ends up hiring a retired football player to be her bodyguard, to try and help her get back out there and just have some sort of like modicum of safety, in order to restart her life and like get back to her life. And the bodyguard that he hires is like I said, former football player who left playing football after an injury, and he is like 10 years older than the heroine, and so there is a age gap. It is forbidden because the dad very much is like, don't be with my daughter, and the heroine and the hero have a hard time with this because the heroine almost immediately is like incredibly attracted to him. He's very good looking, and she wants him. There is a fake dating element to this book that I absolutely love, because they end up getting photographed together and the heroine doesn't want anyone to know that she has a bodyguard, so she pretends that he's her boyfriend, and his family finds out about it, and his mom demands that she come home for this like family event that they're having, and so the two of them go home to his family's house, and end up having like a little like weekend vacation with his family while they pretend to be in a relationship, and it's hilarious. He's trying so hard to not be with her even though he's so attracted to her, because he's really hung up on the age thing, and he has some baggage from his past that he has not gotten over. So it adds a lot of drama and like tension to their relationship, because he has like secrets that he's hiding from his baggage that he doesn't want to talk about, but he hasn't gotten over it. But he also really likes the heroine, and so the heroine ends up being like fed up with him. But their relationship that they build is absolutely adorable and amazing, and I absolutely love the way that they get past all the issues that are like keeping them apart. It is so good. The next one that I'm going to recommend is actually an MM romance. It's called Valor on the Move by Kira Andrews. This one is about the son of the President of the United States. So he is the first son of the US, and he has a new Secret Service agent assigned to him, and they end up having a relationship. This is, again, an age gap romance. The hero, who is the Secret Service agent, is older than the son of the president. And the son of the president is also closeted. His family doesn't know, and he doesn't think that his family will accept him. And he doesn't believe in a lot of the things that his dad is for in politics, and so he struggles a lot with that. But the relationship between them is incredibly forbidden, and they all have to be very, very secretive in the White House to keep from anyone finding out about the two of them. And they end up getting sort of outed when they are put in like a near-death experience. It's very interesting. I read it quite a long time ago, but I really enjoy Kira Andrews' writing. She writes romances. I've loved Kidnapped by the Pirate and a couple of others by her, so I would incredibly recommend Kira Andrews. This one that I'm going to recommend is Royally Endowed, I believe is what it's called, by Emma Chase. This is, based on the title, a royal romance. The heroine is the princess, and her mother, the queen, really expects her to marry a prince or somebody titled, but she has a giant crush on the older, broody security agent who works in the palace. He is older than her. He is incredibly broody, and he's also from the wrong side of the tracks. His family actually was, he grew up in a family of basically criminals and was never part of that life, and instead became a security guard at the palace. And he is in charge of protecting Ellie, and Ellie has a huge crush on him. But now that her mother expects her to marry somebody, she is very much trying to not. Logan, the security guard, he doesn't know that Ellie likes him, and he needs to not like her because she's above him. And so it adds all sorts of tension, drama, very enjoyable elements to the story, because it is even more forbidden than some of the others because of the traditional royal aspect of it. The next one is one that I have a physical copy of, but I cannot find it on my historical romance shelf, and that is Dearest Rogue by Elizabeth Hoyt. This is one of my favorite historical romances. It has a blind heroine, and the hero, who is her bodyguard, is a former captain, I believe, in the military, and he was actually injured in the military and had to leave. He has a limp, and he is assigned to protect the heroine. The heroine really doesn't want a bodyguard. She very much wants to be able to do things for herself, but her brother, who is a very powerful duke, is incredibly overprotective, and he assigns this bodyguard to her, and there are people after her. Like, he's not just like making things up. And so Captain, I think his name is Trevelyan, I can't remember his first name, but Captain Trevelyan really has to work to protect her and rescue her from people who are trying to attack her, and like kidnap her. And I believe the people who are after her are trying to like marry her and get her money and stuff. But it's very interesting to see them like argue, because she is very free-spirited and very sure of herself. and she doesn't want to be coddled just because she's blind, and I love her as a heroine. She's awesome. The next one that I'm going to recommend is Mr. Bodyguard by Lauren Rowe. This one is very obviously a bodyguard romance from the title, and it is a musician's bodyguard. So his name is Xander, the hero. He is hired to be the bodyguard for a very famous pop star. She has like anxiety, and she has like she really depends on the man that was previously her bodyguard, and he can't do it anymore, and so he hires Xander too, and he's basically, when he hires him, is like, you need to be anything she needs from you. You're gonna be there to basically like babysit her. But she's a very famous pop star, and they end up going on tour together. He's supposed to be on tour with her for 3 months, and she's like known for being incredibly beautiful, and his friends basically like laugh at him and are like, you're gonna sleep with her within like the first month, like, are you kidding me, like, this is a joke. And he sort of makes a bet with them and is like, I won't sleep with her, and he very much regrets that because they end up falling very deeply in love, and he becomes very attached to her, and it's really cute. The last one that I'm going to recommend is Broken Vow by Sophie Lark. This is a book that I have talked about so much on my channel because it's my absolute favorite Sophie Lark book. Is it? Is Ivan or is Broken Vow my favorite? I don't know. I talk about this book a lot. This one is about Riona, who is a lawyer, and she is part of the Irish mafia family. She has a hit put out on her. Somebody wants her dead, and people are coming after her, and so she ends up having a bodyguard hired for her, and the bodyguard is Raylan, who is a former like special ops guy, and he is super excited to be her bodyguard. She is not super excited for him to be her bodyguard, but he is super excited about it because he likes her and he wants to spend time with her. And Riona has an incredibly tough shell, and Raylan wants to crack it real bad. And in the while they are running from the people who are after Riona, they end up going back to Raylan's family farm and spending some time there, and that is just like some of the best parts of the book, to see like big city lawyer Riona in like small town Texas. It's very, very cute. I really love it, and I love this romance so much. Riona is one of my all-time favorite female characters of any book ever, and I would 100% recommend it. It has some great like Grumpy Sunshine elements to it, and it's so good. It's considered a mafia romance. It's basically like Mafia Light, so don't let the fact that it's a mafia romance scare you away, because it's great. That is going to be it for this video. Those are all the books that I was going to recommend. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know, as always, down in the comments below if you have any recommendations for me. But I hope you liked it, and please subscribe so you can see more content from me. I hope you have a great day. Bye.